Hi everybody, how you all doing today? Guys, bit of a different video today. I had an idea last night to do a video for the Scottish Cup win for Hibs. Now, obviously, I'm still new to this kind of thing, so I am going to try and see if my YouTube skills are getting any better. But I had an idea because, you know, I've seen loads of videos about, you know, the actual Scottish Cup win, you know, news articles, everything like that. But I've not actually seen one that actually talks to a fan about how they felt about the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just round by round, and we'll see if I can remember any sort of wee details. But basically, going from Raith Rovers to Rangers in Hampden at the final, and we'll see how we go. But as I say, I am going to try and do something with music as well. If it works, great. If it's not going to work, then I'm really sorry. But please enjoy the video, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I will see you on the other side. So, first fixture was Raith Rovers away. Now, up in that time, that had been a championship fixture anyway, and it was a ground that, I don't know, Hibs had kind of had the better of, I suppose you could say, for the last couple of times that we were there. But then equally, Raith Rovers were a good side. I made the trip through to Kirkcaldy that day. I went through with a couple of my cousins and a few of my friends, and it was a great away day. Nothing really to shout home about, really. One thing that sticks out in my mind is the fact that the first half was absolutely garbage. It was an absolute shower for Hibs at that point. And I said at half time, you know, we could lose this. And I was just, you know, trying to keep my head positive, you know, try to stay as positive as I can. But yeah, in the end we managed it on a 2-0 win. What else can I say?
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you.
So, after disposing of Raith Rovers away at their own patch, I actually learned an interesting fact that day. And it was a fact that I'm sure a lot of Hibs fans actually heard about at the time and probably never gave a lot to it. But it was the last 4 Scottish Cup winners who put Raith Rovers out on their own patch went on to win the Scottish Cup. I'm not going to name them all because I can't really remember. And I was quite confident if we kept it up, you know, we'll see what happens, you know. And then I was sitting down, listening to the draw. Hearts against Hibs. My confidence took a hell of a knock when I heard this. And with 10 minutes to go of that game, I think I was right. But for some reason or another, we pulled it out the bag and we came back 2-2. Now, I didn't make the trip over to Tynecastle that day. I don't go to Tynecastle Park. Really, guys, to be honest, I don't really like going to the pig and bus shelter when it comes to the derby. So I stayed away. I watched the game in the house with my wife and a friend, and yeah, I think I left a pretty lasting impression on said friend come full time, because I did not stop shouting for about 20 minutes after the game. So yeah, interesting. replay at Easter Road after coming back from 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go. I thought it was going to be 115 years. There was no doubt in my mind that this was it. Hearts had put us out the cup again. I didn't know. I'll tell you, I don't know what went through my head at this point, to be honest. I was really angry. It was horrendous. But then we pulled it back. We got back to Easter Road. Now, the atmosphere that night, guys, was special. It was so special. You couldn't speak about it. I mean, the atmosphere for the word go was just electric. It was, I've never known an atmosphere like it at Easter Road. It was fantastic. And it was that wee man, it had to be Jason Cummins that scored. The Hearts supporting laddie who grew up to be a Hibs legend. It could have only been him. Could have only been him that went away and scored the goal. But the atmosphere at the end of the night was fantastic. Singing Sunshine and Leith, you can't ask for more.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today.
So, next round, Inverness at home. Now, I have tried to find the highlights for these games, guys, but unfortunately I have had no luck because the game wasn't on. I don't think the game was on TV, but I have had no luck trying to find the highlights, so I'm just going to talk about it for a minute, if that's okay. Yeah, Inverness at home. Inverness, a team at that point, you know, under John Hughes, who had won the Scottish Cup the season before. Really well drilled outfit. Everybody knew their jobs. You know, they had Graham Shinney, I think, playing for them at that point as well. And Graham Shinney, you know, he done for Inverness what he does for Aberdeen bosses in midfield. And yeah, this game, I had just a feeling about it. I thought this could go Pete Tong pretty quick. In the opening 20 minutes of that game, I remember we went through an absolute barrage. We just we couldn't string two passes together. They were hitting shot after shot after shot. And I didn't think the goal was coming. But then the second half completely turned round. We got the goal, James Keaton scored it, and I thought, well, this is it. You know, we're into the semi-finals, and we'll see what happens. And then the next thing, you know, we scored a really sloppy goal, which took us all the way up to Inverness. Now, I remember this being, I don't know, about 3 or 4 days after we lost the League Cup final to Ross County. And I can't speak for any other supporters, but I was really flat at that point. I didn't know if we were going to be able to pick it up. And to my knowledge, you know, I was sat in this room and I was sat and listening to the game on the radio. It was horrendous. I've never liked listening to games on the radio for a good reason. You don't know what's happening. And, you know, it seemed to be, we just ground out the result. And the next thing you know, we're in the semi-finals against Dundee United. Fantastic.
Tell the meaning of a word like serene. I got some old Greek when I was 16. I can tell the difference between margarine and butter. I can see Saskatchewan without starting to stutter. But I can't understand why we let someone else rule our lives.
So, next round, only the final. And it was against Rangers. It had to be against Rangers. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that it was against Rangers, because in the seasons Hibs and Rangers were in the Championship, the rivalry, and it goes on now as well, the rivalry just went up tenfold. We were always big rivals, but since we were in the Championship and since we were the two big guns in that league, you know, the rivalry just went up one notch. And the day of the final itself, it was really weird. For me personally, it was so strange. You know, it was so strange because I had that feeling right in the pit of my stomach that Hibs were going to do it. Now, I'd had that feeling before, and I'd been let down so many times by Hibs that, you know, I don't know what it was. I just don't know what it was, but something just in me said we were going to do it. And the day of the final, the lights went on for me at about 6:30 in the morning. I kind of tossed and turned till about 9:30, and I was up, gutted my house out, gutted my living room, my kitchen, everything, and this was all before midday. You know, I remember saying to my wife, you know, I have to go out for a walk and everything like that, because it just, I don't know what it was. I just couldn't cope with the anticipation, the nerves, everything. It was just, oh, it was horrendous. It was awful. But again, that feeling in the pit of my stomach had stayed there. It stayed there the whole time, and I just couldn't get rid of it. Now I know why.
My heart was broken. My heart was broken. Sorrow, 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 sorrow. My heart was broken. My heart was broken. You saw it. You claimed it, you touched it, you saved it. My tears are drying, my tears are drying. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My tears are drying. My tears are drying. Your beauty and kindness made tears clear my blindness.
So, we'd finally done it. We'd lifted the Scottish Cup. David Gray with that also important goal. Now, upon hearing the final whistle, me, as I'm sure probably thousands of other Hibs supporters, just fell to my knees. And I'm not ashamed to admit, but I was bawling my eyes out like a baby. You know, I'd never seen it before. So many people had wanted to see it and never got to see it. My dad being one of them. You know, I lost my dad 3 years ago to cancer. So my dad never seen the Scottish Cup win. He never seen it. My nana never seen it. You know, my nana was never a big football fan, but you know, she always knew that we were all Hibbies. So whenever Hibs were playing, she always kept an eye on and she always cheered for them. You know, yeah, and you know, obviously these people had never seen this. And then you think back, you know, to the amount of people who are in Hibs supporting families, the amount of people who had wanted to see that moment and never got to see it, and you were one of the lucky few who did. I felt really blessed for that. It was such an honour to see it. Like I didn't cry when the day that Hibs won the Scottish Cup and they were playing Sunshine and Leith. I didn't do that. I just joined in and I was so happy. But the next game day, when I was in a pub, I was in the Hibs club actually, and you know, they played Sunshine and Leith, and that was it. That was me. I was in floods and floods and floods of tears because I thought of my dad. I thought of all these people, and I think everybody was the same. Everybody thought of somebody who they'd lost and they hadn't seen it, and it was something else, guys. I'm not gonna bore you about the whole thing, but it was something else. But guys, this is just a little video that I've made. I'm just trying to, you know, I'm still learning a lot of things where YouTube is concerned, and I thought I'd give this a go and see how they think it and see what you think. But you know, you might not like it. Maybe I've still got a lot to learn, but you know, we'll see what happens. But again, I just want to thank you for your continued support. I've got 58 subscribers now, and again, thank you so much to everybody who watches my videos and has subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for your continued support, and hopefully, you know, we'll keep going with this. hopefully, you know, we'll see what happens, and like you say, we'll just see what happens. But guys, I am going to leave the video there. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. It was a really good laugh. You know, and it brought back some great memories as well. So I really do hope you enjoy that. But I will leave it there, and I will just leave it on that one thing, and that one thing only. Come on the Hibs, come on the High Bees.